Welcome to the A-Player Adventure, your go-to podcast for navigating the ever-evolving landscape of the modern workplace. I'm Suzette West, and today we're diving into a topic that's touched many of our lives, yet often remains shrouded in silence: burnout. In episode 2, Unveiling Burnout, its roots and impact in the modern workplace, we'll uncover the hidden mechanisms behind this modern epidemic, explore its profound impact on employee well-being and organizational culture, and share poignant anecdotes and stories from those who have walked through the fire of burnout. So whether you're feeling the heat yourself or seeking to understand the experiences of those around you, stay tuned as we journey into the heart of a workplace burnout. So to begin this exploration, we will first give a definition of what burnout is. Burnout, a term we often hear but may not fully grasp, is a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by excessive and prolonged stress. The source of prolonged stress does not only come from the workplace, but everything that surrounds us in our lives, from personal crisis, relationship issues, to workplace stressors and political crises. Everything, and I mean everything, contributes to this insidious state of burnout. It arises when you feel overwhelmed, emotionally drained, and unable to meet constant demands. Imagine a candle burning at both ends. Eventually, it's going to run out of wick. Symptoms can range from chronic fatigue and insomnia to feelings of detachment and cynicism, a drop in job performance, a drop in personal fulfillment and happiness, and it even contributes to a host of physical ailments like chest pains, headaches, stomach pains, ulcers, arrhythmias, and the list goes on. It's not simply a bad day or a rough patch. Burnout is a chronic condition that requires our attention and understanding. So I'd like to go deeper in our exploration of burnout and speak more about its insidious nature. Burnout seeps into every crevice of life, far beyond the confines of a workplace. Its impact is pervasive, touching not just professional performance, but also personal relationships, mental health, and emotional well-being. When engulfed in burnout, individuals often experience a diminished capacity for empathy and patience, straining friendships, partnerships, and family ties. Mentally, it can escalate stress, trigger anxiety, and deepen depression, creating a cloud of persistent negativity that, consequently, feeds our negativity bias, which, by the way, exacerbates the burnout problem. Emotionally, it can lead to low energy, chronic fatigue, weakened immune response, and increased susceptibility to a host of physical and mental illnesses. Burnout can even stifle one's sense of purpose and joy, making hobbies and interests that once brought pleasure suddenly seem unfulfilling and thus pointless. It's a domino effect where personal stress and professional turmoil spills over, disrupting the delicate balance of our entire life ecosystem. The causes of burnout are multifaceted and often deeply rooted in the dynamics of the workplace. It frequently stems from chronic work-related stress, where high demands meet low control and insufficient rewards. A toxic work environment characterized by poor communication, lack of support, or unfair treatment can accelerate the ravages of burnout. Lack of clarity in job roles, unrealistic expectations, and excessive workload without adequate resources are common triggers. Additionally, a mismatch between one's personal values and the job's demands can cause moral distress, leading to burnout. It's not just the volume of work, but also the nature of it. Monotonous tasks, lack of recognition, and minimal opportunity for growth can leave employees feeling undervalued and disengaged. In today's ever-changing, hyper-connected world, the inability to disconnect from work due to technology further blurs the lines between professional and personal life, making the risk of burnout even more out of control. So I'd like for us to pivot for a moment to explore factors contributing to the burnout crisis, because let's face it, it really is a crisis. Burnout has been said to cost global businesses $1 trillion annually. Workplace factors contributing to burnout often revolve around systemic issues within an organization's culture and structure. Excessive workloads, tight deadlines, and high-pressure environments are typical culprits that push employees towards continuous overload and overexertion. Lack of control over work tasks, insufficient resources, and minimal decision-making autonomy can leave employees feeling powerless and undervalued. Poor workplace relationships, whether due to unsupportive managers, toxic coworkers, or isolation and poorly organized remote working setups, also significantly impact mental well-being. Additionally, ambiguous job roles and unclear expectations can create a persistent state of uncertainty and stress. The erosion of work-life balance, especially in cultures that glorify overworking and undervalue personal time, further intensifies burnout and the resentment as a result of burnout. All these factors, combined or in isolation, can create a breeding ground for burnout, diminishing employee engagement, satisfaction, and productivity. And that brings us to Sarah's story. A few years ago, Sarah, a software engineer, renowned for her dedication and work ethic, was the first to arrive and last to leave, always going the extra mile. However, over time, her coworkers noticed a shift. Sarah, once vibrant and engaged, became increasingly withdrawn and fatigued. Her work, once flawless, started showing signs of errors. Concerned, her boss approached her, and Sarah confessed she felt completely drained, exhausted, and burned out. Constantly juggling tight deadlines and endless projects had taken a toll on Sarah. Sarah's story is a poignant reminder of the human cost of burnout. When Sarah's boss realized what was happening, she quickly prompted the company to reevaluate their work culture, emphasizing balance and mental health, transforming not just Sarah's life, but also her coworkers, and even her boss got a little life back from the improvement. So let's now turn our attention to the stats on burnout. The problem of burnout has been well studied, well researched with many reports, national and international surveys, and countless articles. Recent statistics on workplace burnout highlight its increasing prevalence and impact. For example, general burnout among U.S. workers. A study in 2022 by the American Family Life Assurance Company of Columbus, also called AFLAC, found significant levels of burnout among U.S. workers. 36% rated their burnout as moderate, 15% as high, and 8% as very high. These levels were notably higher than those reported in previous years, indicating a rising trend. Regarding workplace stress, according to a Gallup report, workers around the world are experiencing record high levels of daily stress. Before COVID-19, 38% of respondents reported experiencing stress during much of the previous day. This figure rose to 43% during the pandemic and further increased to 44% in 2021, marking the highest level recorded by Gallup. Regarding work-life balance and personal relationships, the Harvard Business Review found that 55% of employees struggle to establish a work-life balance. This imbalance has adversely affected personal relationships, with 25% of workers unable to maintain a strong connection with family, 39% with colleagues, and 50% with friends. These statistics underscore the extensive impact of burnout on both professional and personal spheres, emphasizing the need for urgent interventions in workplace practices and culture. So you might be asking yourself, what does this all mean? The impact of burnout on businesses is both profound and multifaceted, affecting various aspects of organizational functioning. Financially, burnout leads to increased costs due to higher rates of absenteeism, decreased productivity, and elevated healthcare expenses. Employees who burn out are more likely to take sick days and may suffer from decreased motivation and efficiency, as well as a decline in emotional, mental, and physical well-being that directly affects a company's bottom line in one way or another. Moreover, burnout can erode employee engagement and morale, leading to a toxic work environment. This not only impacts current staff, but can also harm a company's reputation, making it harder to attract and retain top talent. The ripple effect of burnout extends to customer satisfaction and service quality, as disengaged employees are less likely to deliver exceptional customer experiences. In summary, burnout not only affects individual employees, but can also significantly impair a business's operational effectiveness, employee retention, and overall success. So now I would like to introduce you to Alex's story. Alex was well known for his exceptional leadership and relentless drive. As the demands of his role grew, so did his working hours. Over time, those around him noticed a change. The once enthusiastic and engaging Alex became irritable and withdrawn, a stark departure from his usual demeanor. During a team retreat, Alex openly admitted his struggle with burnout, highlighting how it affected not just his health, but his ability to lead. This admission sparked a team-wide discussion on workload management and mental health support, leading to a more understanding and sustainable work environment. His boss was very understanding and could relate to a lot of the experiences Alex had shared. His boss's understanding demonstrated a genuine care and concern for Alex's well-being, and that made Alex feel even more supported, which carried over to the rest of the team like the ripple effect that happens when a stone is thrown into water. Alex's experience served as a critical reminder of the importance of acknowledging and addressing burnout for the health of individuals and the vitality of the team. Let's listen to the story of Dr. Anna Davies, a grandmother who was raising grandchildren while pursuing a doctorate degree in public health and working full-time managing the staff at a very busy nonprofit outpatient substance use treatment center, which has been cited to suffer above average burnout rates.
I am a grandmother. I was raising my grandkids for 6 years. I'm a substance abuse counselor and going to school for my PhD. I just had a chaotic lifestyle, which there was no boundaries, there was no self-care, life was taking a toll on me. So I reached out to help me to bring order in my life. It has helped immensely because it has created me to be more aware of my surroundings. It has helped me to establish healthy boundaries, taking care of myself. The importance of breathing techniques and educating myself has helped me to balance my life mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. So it helped with a lot of stress management and increasing self-awareness and loving self-discipline, self-confidence to overcome the challenges and barriers that I deal with on a daily basis. So because, with this COVID-19, it has intensified the workload. I work in an outpatient substance use disorder facility in a community that is diverse and high rates of substance use, crime, trauma, mental health crisis. And I have been able to enhance my effective leadership skills by using communication, directing negative energy into positive, utilizing motivational interviewing to motivate staff and to give them, positive energy to help our population that we serve and also within their life. It has reduced the stress that everybody deals with in this times, and it helps to bring focus into our mission in helping those who are suffering from addiction and mental health issues. It also has helped me not only with my staff, but also as being a counselor, is to guide and give the life-saving tools to my clients because they are also dealing with a lot of stress and worries, and they don't have balance within themselves and they lack taking care of themselves. So in my groups, I use these skills, right, to give them guidance, mentoring them. And, it has been great. It has worked beautifully. My discharge rate of unsuccessful discharge has reduced. I have been able to retain a lot of my clients, and they're actually using the tools to better their lives because I do it and they see me as a person of importance with knowledge, understanding, and they feel welcome. They actually use these tools and practice them in their own life. And additionally, in my groups, I'm able to promote awareness. I'm able to help them identify the areas that need improvement so they can increase their own quality life. Now, yes, I work on an individual level, but when you look at it on a macro level, it starts to affect the community health, right? Community empowerment, community engagement, because we have to look at we're all has an interrelationship. So when I am working on an individual level and as it grows, then it starts to impact the community because what I teach, they learn and then they start teaching those outside of the facility. And then we start having a community kinship and we start caring for each other and we start providing tools for each other. And which is very important because like they say, and I always teach that being positive regardless of the situation, finding what is important. Now, what is to be taught and learned in the negative situation? And perception is very key in transforming negativity into positive. So I use everything that I've learned in all I do, my personal life, my nonprofit, and then who I work for. It has increased work productivity. It builds the team, working together, being respectful towards each other. It enhanced the communication level of the team, and it has empowered and engagement, right? It has helped us to deal with crisis and come together and bring unity within the community and within the work environment.
The stories we explored today vividly illustrate the critical need for prioritizing burnout prevention and management in various professional settings. Sarah's transformation from a high-performing employee to one struggling with errors due to burnout, Alex's evolution from an enthusiastic leader to one hampered by irritability, and Dr. Anna Davies' successful balancing of multiple high-stress roles while improving her team's morale and productivity all underscore a common theme: the importance of recognizing and addressing burnout proactively. These narratives collectively highlight that effectively managing burnout is not only a personal responsibility, but a crucial organizational strategy essential for maintaining employee well-being, sustaining leadership effectiveness, and enhancing overall workplace productivity and quality of service. These stories serve as compelling reminders that the human cost of ignoring burnout can be substantial, while the benefits of addressing it can ripple throughout an entire organization, leading to healthier, more resilient work environments. In episode 2 of the A-Player Adventure, titled Unveiling Burnout, Its Roots and Impact in the Modern Workplace, we explored an insightful journey to understand the multifaceted issue of workplace burnout. We began by defining burnout, highlighting its symptoms as a syndrome of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by prolonged stress. Delving into its causes, we explored how a combination of individual factors and workplace dynamics, including excessive workloads, lack of autonomy, and poor job fit, contribute to this condition. The conversation then shifted to specific workplace factors exacerbating burnout, such as toxic environments and unrealistic expectations. We underscored the severity of the issue with alarming statistics, revealing how a significant portion of the workforce is grappling with burnout, with profound implications for both employees and businesses. The financial and cultural impacts on organizations were highlighted, emphasizing increased costs and deteriorating workplace morale. To bring these concepts to life, we shared stories and anecdotes, including the story of Dr. Anna Davies, a program manager whose experience with burnout resonated with many, influenced others to follow her lead, and sparked a crucial conversation about mental and emotional health in the workplace. These narratives not only illuminated the personal toll of burnout, but also underscored the need for systemic changes in workplace practices. Overall, episode 2 not only shed light on the complex nature of burnout, but also stimulated a meaningful dialogue on the importance of addressing this growing concern in modern work environments. As we wrap up today's enlightening discussion on burnout, we invite you, our valued listeners, to join the ongoing conversation. Share your thoughts, experiences, or questions with our vibrant podcast community, whether it's your personal battle with burnout, insights from your leadership role, or strategies that have helped you. Your stories can inspire and support others. Engage with us on social media, leave a comment on our website, or send us an email. Your input not only enriches our community, but also shapes the future episodes of the A-Player Adventure. Let's connect, learn, and grow together in navigating the modern workplace. Thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Suzette West. From me and the team, we hope you enjoyed this episode and that you found value in today's topic of burnout in the workplace. Next week on the A-Player Adventure, we dive into episode 3, The Inner Compass, Activating Inner Authority in Leadership. Join us as we explore the pivotal role of an inner compass in effective leadership. We'll delve into why a leader's inner authority is crucial and how it profoundly influences an entire organization. Learn strategies to help leaders not only tap into their inner compass, but also trust it.